Have you just been given marching orders to start a project and you're wondering, how do you do it? Well, this video is for you. I'm going to give you 5 quick and easy tips on how to start the project the right way. As well, stay tuned for the end of the video because I'm going to give you a free download for a key project document that you need in order to be successful. Hi, I'm Adriana Girdler, President of Cornerstone Dynamics and an efficiency expert. I'm also a project management professional, and I have managed small to large global scale projects for the past 20 years. And over the years of doing this, I have learned a lot of ups and downs of what makes a great project and what really can kill a project. And in this video, I have some tried and true techniques that I use all the time, no matter the size of the project, and I'd like to share them with you. So let's get to it. Step number 1, I want you to validate or create a project scope statement. You've just been given your marching orders, congratulations. That's a really big accomplishment to be managing a project. If you were lucky, you probably got a project scope statement from the executive sponsor or your direct manager, but probably in 9 out of 10 cases you didn't. So the first thing you have to do is you have to create a scope statement. But if you did get one, you have to validate it. I highly recommend this. This sometimes gets missed, and what happens a lot of times is a lot of assumptions get built. I want you to validate or create a project scope statement, sit down with the key executives, and get them to agree to everything that is in and out. Do not move forward with the project if you have not done this. I promise you, it will kill you in the end because people will assume a lot of stuff, and if you don't do this very important step at the get-go, you ultimately are not going to have a successful project. So take that equation out, and I want you to create or validate your project scope statement as a very first step of your project. Step number 2 is to create your project charter. This is a very important document. Just like your project scope statement actually lives in the charter. The charter is a live document. It actually outlines everything that you need to know to sort of kick off this project. It has the scope, it has assumptions, expectations, initial risks, roles, responsibility, who's doing exactly what, high-level milestones, budgets. There's a whole bunch of cool stuff. You have to do this. And as a project manager, it's your job to actually kick off this initial documentation. I actually use it as my kickoff in order to get everyone ready to rock and roll. And even more importantly is get people to sign it, because this is going to ensure that they bought into everything that was put in this document and ensure that you have a successful project. Step number 3 is to create a project deliverable list. And that is a real high level, either action item or milestones of what potentially is in the project. As a project manager, you really need this to kick it off with your team. So we actually call this a WBS. If you check out my other video on project terminology, you'll actually get a whole bunch of terminologies of things that I'm saying in this video, but there's a nice explanation of what a WBS is in that particular video. So please check it out. But on that note, you really have to kick it off to saying, what are we responsible for, and create that high level deliverable list. Really important along with those other documents. Step number 4 is now you have to set up your project support mechanisms. Well, what do I mean by that? Well, you got the scope statement, you have the charter, you've done the high level deliverable breakdown list, all important things so that you can kick things off with your team. But now you got to set up what are the tools, the expectations that you want to have your team work within. Is that a share drive? Are you going to go to SharePoint? Where are you going to house stuff? All of that important stuff. What tools are you going to use? You need to get everybody on the same page, because if we're all doing the same thing, it leads for greater success than everyone doing all their siloed activity, because we know what silo does. It just does not bring everybody together. So get a central location for stuff, really figure out how you want your team to work, and give them the tools to be successful. Step number 5, schedule and execute your project kickoff meeting. Congratulations, this is a really critical part of your project. You've just done all of this preparatory work. As I said, the scope statement, the charter, your high-level deliverables, you have everything set up from a tool perspective for your team to be successful. Now you want to kick it off. You want to invite everybody to the kickoff meeting, share with them all of these documents that you created. More importantly, Don't tell them what to do, get them to buy into what they're going to do. So what I usually do is I set aside either a half day or even a full day, depending on how large the project is, and I get them to review everything and provide input. Is this true? Do you think anything has to come out? Do you have to add anything? Here's a section you're going to own. What else do you want to add to it, etc., etc. It really ensures this empowerment of the team, gets everyone together and bought into the process, which is really important if you're going to be successful. Because I promise you, projects happen with a group of people who are all working synergistically, not individual people who are only worried about themselves. So, on that note, set up your project kickoff meeting and get your team bought into what you're trying to do by getting their input, because don't forget, they're the subject matter expert. Congratulations! You are now ready to start your project by using those 5 really impactful tips. I highly recommend you do them. It will truly make a difference in your project. As well, don't forget the promise of that free download. I have a free mini charter for you to download. Take a look at the download below in the verbiage, and it will give you what you need in order to execute your project. The cool thing is you can keep it as is, or you can ramp it up by adding more information. It's really up to you as to how far you want to go with it. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Please subscribe to the button below. And if you agree with what was said in this video, please say Project Management Rocks in the comment below. I look forward to talking to you at my next video. Have a great day. Bye.